Okay. Wait, what? I thought we... Where? Are there no saves? Did this not save? Did this not save? What? Give me a minute. Give me a minute. If this didn't save... Oh, no. That's a bummer. Really? Oh, okay. Found out. I remember what I did here. I'm a dipshit. So remember when I jokingly was talking about how impressive it was? How impressive it was, how many save slots they give you in The Longest Journey. It's like, holy shit, look at all this. And I kept clicking. I didn't realize that I was on like page 18 to plus 20 when I just needed to keep clicking 18 to 19 clicks to get to chapter 2. So we're fine. Crisis averted. So let's just kind of think about where we're at in terms of this game. We are in chapter 2 of The Longest Journey. The Longest Journey is a 13-part or 13-chapter adventure game, taking approximately about 17 to 18 hours to complete. Majority of that time spent doing dialogue-based stuff, learning about the lore, talking to people, moving and shaking. The actual adventure gaming part almost is secondary to like talking to people and learning more about the worlds that you're interacting with. Eventually we will get to the fantasy realm. But for now we've been doing mostly just talking to people and finding out about who they are, what they want done. Is this in fact The Longest Journey? This is definitely longer than Dreamfall. And it's definitely more intense than the third game.
I got those posters from the cafe.
Still having weird issues with clicking. Okay.
I still haven't figured out what runs through the canals in Venice, but I'm sure it can't be water.
Now, we'll click the inventory here. We did the first part of the rubber ducky puzzle by getting the rubber ducky, getting the band-aid, and also picking up the clothesline. During chapter 1, you can do all parts of the rubber ducky puzzle all at once, but yeah, you know, we were running a little dry, let's say. Okay. So we'll go to the hallway. I believe this is when Zach will sexually harass April and ask her if she wants to go on a date. Okay, and I've enabled QuickTime, or Speedy Gonzalez movement. We're going to talk to Fiona. Please talk to Fiona. Please talk to Fiona. I'm going to try and see if, nope, right-click is for the inventory. I'm going to try and swap out my mouse at some point. Probably next stream. All right. So Fiona is the person who owns this. Is this a hostel? It feels like a hostel, but it's basically an affordable living apartment complex for artists and college students who don't make a lot of money.
Good morning.
Did you ever question your own sanity, April? I mean, did you ever wonder if you were going mad?
I'm quite certain I am insane.
I'm not trying to amuse you, April. I'm really serious.
Sorry, yeah. Yeah, I felt like that. Many times.
Then explain it to me. How do you deal with it? Do you lock it away inside yourself, or do you talk to someone about it? Because I'm at a loss here, April. I don't know what to do.
You have to give me more to go on than that.
I don't know how I can put it into words. What I saw.
What did you see?
Last night, right here in this room, Mickey and I, we were watching a movie, a documentary about the new synthetic rainforests in Mexico. You know, the ones that produce 8 times the oxygen of the original organic forests.
I've heard about...
But I'm digressing. Anyway, about halfway through the movie, like I said, I'm probably going completely bonkers. This room became it was more like a vision, really, and I'm sure it wasn't holographic.
What kind of vision?
See, this is the one part of this story that I feel like...
Forest.
What?
Of this franchise that I feel they really screwed up.
Of the screen,
especially by the second game.
Like being in the middle of a hollow theater, but with added resolution.
Where April is not the only person who sees evidence of the blending of the two realms.
It only lasted for a few seconds, and then it all just
She's not the only person who sees parts of the fantasy world coming into Stark.
But she refuses to speak of it. Says it was just our imagination.
But by the time we get to Dreamfall, it's like, oh yeah, we completely forgot about that. Just moving on. Never happened.
I've been seeing strange things lately too.
Like
which
what?
I feel is...
Last night, at the cafe, right in front of everybody, this creature appeared out of thin air. Just like your forest. It was only there for a few seconds and then it disappeared, but everybody saw it. Everybody.
Oh my. What's going on, love? I don't scare easily, but this is really getting to me.
Don't know. But whatever it is, I'm pretty sure Cortez is involved.
Cortez? How is he involved?
I don't know that either. I'd love to find out, though. What other weird things have happened lately?
Little things, like movement in the corner of your eye that's
yeah,
gone
see,
when you
like
turn
this
your
whole...
head. And noises.
This whole
The kind
element
you're not
of,
supposed to
like,
hear in the city.
Fiona has been
Animal
seeing
noises.
things. Eventually,
Wild animals. And
the
once,
bartender that has the
this
hots
was
for
very early in the
April
morning,
will
mind,
say,
a few
yeah,
days
weird shit's
ago,
been going on.
I
But,
looked down
you know,
into
it
the
disappears
canal
before I really
and
think
saw
about
what
it.
looked like an underwater
And
city.
this
As I looked at
completely
it,
falls off the
it
face of the
dissolved
earth
into ripples
by
of water.
Dreamfall.
Scary.
You're telling me, darling. I'm scared of cockroaches, for God's sake. What do you think this does to my nerves?
Have you seen Cortez today?
No, darling. I don't think he's around.
And before you ask, I think Dreamfall Chapters is bad.
Do you have any idea where Cortez is?
Sorry, he could be anywhere.
That was so loud that
He
it
does enjoy
echoed.
going uptown to watch old movies in some revival cinema, but where that is, I wouldn't know.
Who'd know?
Perhaps Zach. He is, after all, the self-appointed film expert around here. You should talk to him, darling.
Great, Zach, my very best friend in the whole wide world. Could you tell Cortez I'm looking for him?
Certainly, darling, if I happen to see him.
Thanks. I have to get going.
Take care of yourself out there, darling.
So we gotta talk to Zach. How do you feel about 1999's notion of interacting with a sexual harasser in order to further your goals? This was envisioned to be, again, I'm gonna try and see if
I never imagined I'd be doing this in a million years.
swapping out this Razer Ultimate for a different mouse.
Well, well, what do you know? The princess comes knocking after all.
You have to be nice to him, otherwise I think he doesn't give you the shit that you want.
I finally realized what I was missing out on.
About time, too. So, you, ready to hang out?
Just do me one favor first, okay?
Well, give me a reason to, babe.
A reason? You want a reason? Okay. What about a date?
Yeah. Good. Tonight.
Sure. Tonight. I'll meet you at the pavilion, was it?
And, are you gonna put out?
What?
Well, I mean, if I'm gonna use my VIP passes and my pills, babe, I just gotta know if it'll be worth it or not. You on?
We'll see, Zach.
Yeah, just don't do a Houdini and vanish on me, babe. If you're a no-show and I wait around for you all night, I end up looking like
I
an
get
asshole.
that the whole
wouldn't make me
point is
very
that this
happy.
guy is a
I'll be a
scumbag.
good girl and show.
Smart. So, what do you want to know?
You know where I can find Cortez?
Cortez, yeah?
But
I knew there was something going on between you
the
guys.
way they go about
be
writing him as a
ridiculous, Zach.
scumbag
It's not what you think.
sucks.
Whatever. Hey, like I give a shit? You're with me tonight, and by tomorrow morning, I don't think you'll find that old creep so appealing anymore.
So, where's Cortez?
When he's not outside reading or whatever the hell he does, he's usually at the Mercury Theater. They show old movies on real celluloid stock through a projector, like in the fucking Middle Ages.
Where's this theater located?
I don't remember the street it's on.
I forgot
been
that
ages
this
since I was there
game
last.
drops F-bombs.
But you'll find it if you head out the East Gateway from Metro Circle. It's close to the Radio Power Building, and there are tons of adult stores in the area. Actually, if you're not too busy, you could pick up something for us to watch tonight. Something really filthy.
Zach, I don't think...
Hey, whatever. I was just kidding, yeah? Babe, you got a major bug up your ass. Get a fucking sense of humor, yeah?
I'll keep that in mind. Thanks for the tip and the info.
Just be at
His
the
jacket
pavilion
looks all
by
messed
10,
up.
okay? I don't like waiting
yeah.
around for babies like you.
Look, this game was never
Got a million
known for
better
being a
things to do.
looker.
And it wouldn't be a good idea for you to ditch me. Not a good idea at all.
Okay, well, that was riveting. Now, we're going to talk a little bit about... We'll talk a little bit about why it's important, or why I took the time to do the first part of the rubber ducky puzzle because if you don't, it's kind of a pain in the ass. So you see this? Sparks, right? It's like, ah, shit. Sparks.
There's a high voltage cable running parallel with the rail, and something's gotten stuck between them. It looks like a large iron key.
So there's a large key down here. Now, when I finally write the blog post for this, this is going to be a 10. So the first thing is that you have to get this key out of here, right? Now, if you don't do that rubber ducky part at chapter 1, you got to actually say, ah, there's a key here. We need to go back to our apartment, get the clothesline, get the rubber ducky, and then get the Band-Aid from the rubber ducky. Now, here's the weird thing. If you use the rubber ducky as an item before you take off the Band-Aid, you can actually enter a fail state because you've used a one-time item with a second item without knowing it. Now, the physical copy of this game, I believe, got a patch that fixed that problem. The Steam and GOG release of this game never got that. So, the real first part of this puzzle was what we did in Chapter 1, where we went back to the apartment, looked at the window, clicked the chain to pick up the clothesline, and then the clothesline had a thumbtack on it that popped the rubber ducky, or actually the rubber ducky floated and then got popped. We then needed to examine the rubber ducky to remove the Band-Aid. And now we are at the second phase of this puzzle, which is get this key. So, in our inventory, we need to take the clamp, or we could actually take the clothesline. Take the clamp, combine it with the clothesline. Okay, now we have a device that we can actually go down and grab it. Or can we? We actually can't. But I'll show you what happens if you try and use this contraption first.
When I was a wee lass, I tried fishing a couple of times in the pond behind my house, but I never caught anything. I hope my luck's improved. Obviously, this is not gonna work. The clamp's already closed.
So, the clamp's closed. You know, it's a clamp. Why don't we just use it on April Ryan? And then, you know, she'll find a way. No, April, get back here. Nope, you can't do that. The way you open the clamp. So we got to put this back in our inventory. We need to click the rubber
That
ducky.
won't do any good. I need something tight to
We
keep
need
the
to
clamp open.
click the rubber ducky. We need to click the mouth icon on the rubber ducky. Okay, now because we took the Band-Aid off of this, that we have a timer here. So we need to combine the rubber ducky with the clamp. Now we need to use the clamp. And now the rubber ducky that is partially, if not slightly completed, it's holding the handles of the clamp. And that's how we got the
That's a pretty
key
cool catch.
that was here with the sparks. Welcome to 1999. I think this is 99. Let me look that up. I might be wrong about that. Yeah, November 18, 1999. Or in Norway, original release. Okay, fine, whatever. 2000. Year 2000. In the year 2000. That's a reference for people. Now, why do you need the key? What in the world could you use the key for? Doesn't even look like a key. Oh, and the clamp's gone. Because it's electrified? I don't know. Oh, shit. Fuck me. I exited the wrong way. Clicked the wrong choice. Darn it. This is where we're at. We go to Metro Circle, I think? Ah, yes.
Would you believe this is the first thing I saw when I came to Newport? Big city? Gotta love it.
Again,
Metro Circle, gloriously
this
decadent. I hear
blew
Bingo's
my
planning to buy the
goddamn
whole thing,
mind
convert it
when I
into a
first
theme
saw it.
park or something. I'll believe it when I see it.
Okay, so I think we gotta exit right. So that's the subway. We gotta go to the East Gateway. Like, this had a real strong Blade Runner feel. And in a lot of ways, I think I enjoyed playing this more than the Blade Runner adventure game.
Popular place. Not my crowd, though.
There we go. Talk to Fat Guy.
Excuse me.
Yes, Oh, geez. Hold on there 1 second, lady. Dang marquee, light up! Good. Now stay that way, you hear?
Do you work at the theater?
Yes, I'm Freddie.
Freddie Mellon.
My mama, Mrs. Dottie Mellon, she owns the theater. Yep, I reckon she does, She owns it, and she be
I did
running
not know
it
there
by
was.
her
I did
own
not know
self
there was
like
a Blade Runner game.
real
Oh boy!
proprietor. I
When I'm
reckon
done with
I
fan
help out
picks,
some, of course. Yep.
I would
And what
consider
do you
playing
do,
the Blade
sir?
Runner game,
I'm
or
the
just
usher,
watch the Dave
and I
Snyder
also
Giant Bomb
takes care of
retrospective on Blade Runner.
sweeping and cleaning
video
up after the show. My mama, Mrs. Dottie Mellon, she say she reckon I'm a regular jack of all trades. I'll tell you what, I think she's right about that.
Do you know a man called Cortez?
No, I can't say as I does, lady. Ain't never met him. Now, I reckon I'd like to get on with my sweeping,
But I'm supposed to meet him here. Are you sure you don't know him?
Look, lady, I reckon you should just mind your own bee's knees and get. I told you, I ain't seen Cortez today.
You said you didn't know Cortez.
I reckon I don't know nobody by that name, so I tell you what. I'd mighty appreciate it if you'd stop bothering me and let me get on with my work. Jesus, Mary, and baby Joseph, I reckon the whole dang world wants to find Cortez today.
Is the theater open now?
Okay, he's
No,
up to no good.
I reckon it ain't, lady. It don't open till this evening. Ain't nobody in there either. I reckon that wouldn't be legal.
Thanks, anyway.
Yes'm. I'll tell you what. You go on now, and let Freddie Mellon do his sweeping before his mama, Mrs. Dottie Mellon, get all pissed off.
Alright, so this is another doozy of a goddamn puzzle. So what you gotta do, where do I click for this trash can? Let's get some green goo from this trash can.
Lady, don't you keep playing with that thing now, you hear? Leave it be.
Okay. Let's... No, oh yeah. We have to use the candy on the ooze. Now, if I recall correctly, yeah, we're gonna use the candy later, where we use it in our mouth once. Alright, so we'll put it here. Well, we still use the candy. Conspicuous guy.
Hi there, having fun?
Didn't your mother teach you not to talk to strangers?
Hey, I'm walking here.
She never mentioned anything about that.
She should have. Now get lost.
Are you on the job?
On the job? What do you mean, on the job?
You know, an assignment, stakeout, undercover operation.
I suggest you get the hell out of here now, man, before things get ugly.
Was that a threat?
Going up to
Are
a
you
cop's like,
threatening me?
hey, are you a cop?
Yes, I am.
Oh, I like how after talking to the guy, he goes from conspicuous man to detective.
Hello again.
Christ, don't you ever quit. What is it now?
Don't you get tired of hanging around here all day long?
No, ma'am.
So you're completely fine. There's nothing you'd want.
That's right.
Nothing at all?
Nothing at all.
Not even a bite to eat?
Just had a full lunch, ma'am. Thanks for asking.
So you just had lunch.
We gotta
That's
keep
right.
bothering him about food.
At Cool Cow.
What did you have?
A triple whammy cow patty with a side order of grease onions and a large bingo cola. No ice.
What about fries?
And a double order of cheese and fried taters, yeah. Tastiest damn fries you're ever likely to find. Soaking in melted goat cheese.
And you
Ooh.
had this When?
About
Goat
an hour
cheese?
ago.
And you don't feel, the urge to go?
No, ma'am, no. My bowels are genetically enhanced and require only perfunctory attention.
The burger filled you up good? You don't have the munchies?
Well, now you mention it, I have a craving for sweets.
Oh.
I didn't have time for my usual cool cow strawberry pie with whipped cream, chocolate sauce, and a scoop of ice cream. Wait a second. What am I telling you all this for? Who the hell are you anyway? Hey, get out of here, ma'am, right this minute, or else...
Is this a threat? I think that was a threat.
A very serious one, ma'am.
So let's give him the stinky candy. Come on. Use stinky
Would you
candy
like a
on the
candy?
detective.
Hey, yeah, that'll hit the spot. What the hell? The taste... sickening. I feel kinda... Christ.
Hey, what the hell do you think you're doing? Did you just throw a rock at my head? Now, I tell you what, you shouldn't have done that. I reckon that was a bad mistake. You should have
Yep.
seen him run, lady. I reckon I ain't never seen nobody run that fast.
That sure
And
is a
he
puzzle.
was clutching at his buttocks like he had the runs or something. He even lost his stupid old hat in the gutter. I ain't never seen anything that funny in a while.
So let's get that guy's hat. Is that the hat? There's the hat. All right. Well, we gave a man diarrhea by making a batch of putrid candy, but fuck the police. Now, if I recall correctly, we gotta help this guy with his son.
Mercury. They left out the theater bit, but maybe that's self-explanatory. The box office is closed. A Welsh ghost story, written and directed by Ragnar Tornquist. I saw
Ragnar
that. It's a
Thornquist
classic.
is the director of this franchise and series.
Women in dire need of medical attention. I thought that was a porno, but I guess it's just an artsy foreign flick. As long as they speak French, it can't be smut.
Oh,
Bourbon
April,
Festival
you
at the
innocent
Mercury
fool.
Theater. Opens August 1st, 2209. That's on Tuesday. Sounds interesting. Maybe I'll go.
So let's click this fuse box.
It's a fuse box.
And this, you saw that
There's
quick
something
flash
wrong with
right
the power
there.
in that box, and it looks like
That
the
is your
theater
one
marquee is
hint
connected
that
to the
those
same
sparks
switch.
from
It
earlier
keeps flickering on and off.
require you to pick up that key. thought you had to use the key for the fuse box, but okay. I guess not. Oh, we have to see first that you can't open it on your own. Ah, right. All right, gotcha. There we go. All right. Spark. That seems bad. So we need to... God, this is... Band-Aid, TM. Haha, they paid for the license to use the term Band-Aid. Or they didn't. And they just did it anyways. We need to combine a Band-Aid with the glove. We need to use the glove now. And using the glove on the sparking connection right here.
Dang marquee, light up!
Again,
Hell,
just getting that key is
it's
the hardest
gone
part.
dead
It's
on
not
me
even a
now.
competition.
I'm going to have to fix that sign proper this time round, I just need me a ladder and some tools from the basement.
Okay, we're obviously going to need to use this back door. This guy sounds like a sinister King of the Hill character from Jatsu. Yeah, sure does. Sure does. Almost like that's deliberately what they were going for. Oh, yes, the camera angles in this game. Oh, this game's got some wild camera angles. So we are now in the theater alley. So we need to look at the fire alarm. Okay. This is exit to the street. I forget where this is.
It's a fire alarm and a smoke detector.
Mm-hmm.
When's the last time somebody picked up the garbage? Smells like moldy caramel popcorn and bingo cherry cola. Disgusting. It's a mountain of garbage.
Okay. All right, so we'll put the hat on the... Oh, I know what this is. We have to scare this guy. Please click properly. So we need to put the hat on the garbage bag. Uh-huh, see that? Then... we need to inspect the toy monkey.
Constable Guybrush is a strange hybrid between man, ape, and musician. In addition to being an officer of the law,
Get
of
it? They
course.
called him Guybrush.
The eye came loose. Poor Constable Guybrush. Sorry, Guybrush, but I need to borrow your eye for a while.
The fact that this takes 2 clicks is so annoying.
mildly amusing, but irritating as hell. I'll shut him up now.
Put the monkey there. Now we need to go to the trash can.
Spread your legs and do the monkey dance. Dance. Do the monkey.
Use the matches on the trash can.
All right, somebody's coming.
Hell's blazes, we got us a fire. Now, where's that voice coming from? Show yourself. All right there, mister. Just don't you fire that gun now, you hear? I'm sorry I chased you earlier. Freddy'll do the monkey for you right now if that's what you want, He'll do the monkey until you ask him to stop, I reckon,
Yeah, you! Hands up! Spread your legs and do the monkey dance!
And there we go.
Sooner or later. There's no way
That's
out
how
of
you
there.
get to talk to Cortez.
There's no way out of Victor Hotel. All exits they just lead back inside.
Please talk to Cortez.
There is a way out. Just not for you.
You have no idea what I went through to find you. First,
Do you like movies?
sure, who doesn't? Wait a second. I was trying to tell you that.
I don't much like modern movies myself. They're either too loud and expensive or too obscure and self-indulgent. But old movies, really old movies, have a charm and a simplicity that appeals to me.
Listen, please don't interrupt me again. It's starting to piss me off.
But I have never interrupted you, unless I've had something important to say, of course. But go ahead. What is it you wanted to talk about?
Why did you make me search all over the city for you?
Search for me? I've been here for hours, señorita. I haven't moved. The question ought to be, what made you go out of your way to find me?
I knew you would come sooner or later. There's no way out of there.
Let's just say the most polite thing.
We agreed to meet this morning, remember?
As I remember it, there was no agreement. I said tomorrow, but you refused. I assumed you weren't interested. I apologize for making myself unavailable, however.
Don't give me that. You wanted me to come looking for you again.
Actually, no, I had to lay low for a few hours.
Does it have anything to do with the cop that was staking this place out?
Yeah. So it was a good thing I didn't stick my head out the door to look for you then, no?
He's gone now. Are you in some kind of trouble with the police? Wait, don't tell me. Immigration.
No, señorita. Not the police. There are bigger players than
I don't want to know. I'm not getting mixed up with the mob or gangs.
Was that
or
a
anything
racism?
Like that.
There's not much you want to be mixed up in at all, is there?
My life's complicated enough as it is, Mr. Cortez. I don't even know what I'm doing here.
Answers. You want, you need answers.
You keep telling me that, But you never give me any answers, just more questions. Like, who's out to get you? What's going on with me? How come you know so much about me?
There's no way out of it.
I plan to answer all your questions today, April.
Way out of Victory Hotel.
By the time you go to sleep tonight, your world will have changed,
Just lead back inside.
and nothing will ever be the same.
You're just being cryptic again. It's like soap opera sex. Lots of boring dialogue, and when they finally go to bed, everything's dark and covered by blankets.
You want the full Monty then? Come with me.
Closer.
Come outside.
They will be here
No more talk. I will show you the truth.
bastards. And why are you so? You have any reason to be happy? No. Then why be happy?
This is probably as good a place as any. At least there's no one around to see, except rats.
To see what?
Stand back, señorita.
I like how
What for?
the
What
setup
are you
is
doing?
still here.
Why, Alice? I'm sending you through the looking glass.
A guy in a dark alley transforms into a weird creature. This reminds me of Animorphs. If you know, you know.
What? What is that? Please tell me it's a hologram.
It's a mirror to reflect your dreams.
I don't see anything, just light.
Oh, you have to step through.
Step through that? Oh no, I don't think so.
This is the moment of decision, April. All time, past and present, revolves around this moment. The destiny of worlds is in your hands. But you must make the choice on your own. La vida es corta. You must decide how to live it best.
I'm not sure what I should
I'm
do.
not sure what I should do.
I understand. It's a difficult decision, because whatever you do, your life will change forever. So take your time. Think about it. Don't rush into a decision you're not ready to make.
Okay. I guess I'll jump.
Are you ready to step through the looking glass?
For a game about destiny and choice, this really doesn't feel like something that I have a lot of agency over. Alright, I guess we'll do it.
All right. I'll do it.
Vamos. Enter the light.
Don't say that. It sounds too ominous. Just tell me what's gonna happen.
You're about to take the first step on the longest
Boy, they really
journey
fuck
of
up
your
April
life.
Ryan in the third game.
But don't worry.
And by that, I mean
I'll be waiting right here.
they do something
I
really
must be
stupid.
insane to do this.
I like April Ryan in Dreamfall.
Yes. It's pretty much a given.
I like her being super cynical.
Oh, I almost forgot. When you're ready to come back, pay a visit to a friend of mine called Westhouse, Brian Westhouse.
God, April Ryan is such a wasted character in Dreamfall chapters. For those of you saying, is the frame rate dropping? No, that's just how the game does this.
Vaya con Dios, child, and may the balance protect you.
Cortez? Cortez! I have a bad feeling about this. Wait, what was the name Cortez told me to remember? Westhouse? Ryan Westhouse? I think that was it. Cortez said to look him up when I wanted to go home. Well, I want to go home now.
Oh, this part of the story is so shitty. So the trick here is that you have to talk to this priest, and you need to keep doing this until you fully translate his language. Alright. Hey there, buddy.
Hello? Hi.
Et tu? Emile, tu vas?
So the trick here is you always have to pick the red option, and slowly through time you'll learn his language.
Ne? Tu van sav ken? Tu vu ken alar? Et tu istak mele? Ithira? Ton maris ton.
Now, here's my least favorite part of this.
Good. Niranton alvoch.
This entire sequence with this priest is going to take us about 15 minutes.
Salhe. Naven. All tongue.
His monologue and translating everything that he's saying. So if we click a yellow option,
What does Altung mean?
nothing will happen.
Maris. Tu verenelian aran tu torank lock eton. Aku kandi. Good. Niranton alvoch. Sank al koda magic.
So notice how slowly but surely the sentences become English.
Naven. All tongue.
Yep. This is going to take us, just being with this priest is going to take us
You have pieza in magic, Sarah.
15 minutes.
Knowledge. By
Because you're supposed to like fan through these options.
Knowledge of
It's supposed
all
to give you a
tongue.
sense of frustration and world building, right?
Now you have allowed the magic to enter your heart, and the knowledge of all tongue, ever present but dormant, to guide your ears and your tongue.
I understand you. You speak English? Why didn't you just tell me straight away?
No, child. I do not speak English. I speak Naven, all tongue, the common language of Arcadia.
Arcadia? Wait a second. How did I get here? What is this place, and who the hell are you?
Oh, my manners have abandoned me yet again. I'm afraid my preoccupation with ancient texts and the company of my fellow fathers have left me unequipped with the grace of social intercourse.
Meaning what?
That I have been rude. My name, dear child, is Tobias Grensret, and I am the Vestrum of the Sentinel, the Order of the Balance. We are the Fathers.
Okay. I'm April.
Yep.
April Ryan.
I take it this is your first shift, your first passage through the divide?
I have no idea what you're talking about, but I guess this is my first shift.
Then I will explain everything. Someone must. You are without guidance, without a mentor?
Mentor? There's this guy Cortez. He assisted me, told me about magic and truth and dreams and portals. Crazy stuff. Well, it seemed crazy at the time, although now I don't...
Cortez? Ah, yes, Cortez. Very good, very good. Then come, let us proceed. Let me show you Mercuria, the grandest city of all ages.
This is gonna, like I said, this will take about 15 minutes. And this is a controversial take. I like Stark more than Arcadia. It's like, here's this Blade Runner inspired techno world, and then it's like the most generic ass
Explore
fantasy
Mercuria,
realm,
April. See the sights.
Forgotten
Meet the people, and
Realms,
then when you are ready, return to
weirdness.
the temple. I will answer whatever questions you may have then.
So, oh, explore the world, talk to the people. Yeah, fuck that shit. Nah, I'm cool. I'm cool. Let's get on with this shit, Mr. Tobias.
Excuse me, Vestrum Tobias?
Tobias. Just call me Tobias, please. I require no ceremony from a distinguished guest such as yourself. Did you enjoy the sights?
I don't know. I'm overwhelmed. Walking around out there, seeing with my own two eyes things that can't possibly exist. I kept thinking, it's all a dream. I'll wake up at any moment now and everything will return to normal. But then I realized, I'm still here. It's real. I can touch it. I can smell it. And you know what? It doesn't make sense. Nothing makes sense here. Magic, alien creatures, parallel worlds. I don't believe in those things. I don't believe in fairy tales.
In your world, in Stark, there is no room for magic. That is, and always has been, the curse of science, the fallibility of logic and order. They leave no room for the imagination. If it does not fit into the narrow perception of the laws of nature that your world
Yeah, but
to, it's
you
a
guys don't
fairy
have
tale.
internet porno or
But
hentai.
then, magic has its
I'm just gonna
downsides,
say
too.
Stark
It's
advantage.
unpredictable. It invites chaos. It puts the balance in peril in a way that science alone never could.
I keep hearing about the balance and
I don't know,
Stark
man.
and
On
Arcadia
Earth,
and...
we've got no magic, and
This is
it's pretty
probably gonna sound
chaotic.
strange to you, but I'm clueless. I have no idea what this place is, or what I'm doing here, or... All I know is that something strange is happening in my world, I guess. I had dreams, and the dreams felt so real, and then things started happening in real life, too. Things that shouldn't... couldn't happen, and
I think I will begin at the very beginning. I believe that is why you were sent here, to learn, to understand, to see for yourself. Like you said, you cannot believe in this place. Well, you will. After you have learned the truth, you will. Come with me, and I will tell you the story of Earth as your books never have. And when your eyes and ears are open to the truth, perhaps your mind will follow. We can only hope. Come.
This is 15 minutes.
This is the true story of the balance, as observed by the Sentinel, the Order of the Balance.
How we
the
all doing?
Fathers.
All
The
5
central
people in my chat.
minstrel
How we all
committed
doing?
this
How
story
we
to the
feeling?
pages of the scriptures and to these temple walls thousands of years ago, so that coming generations could learn and
I can't
understand their
because
past
of
and their
reasons.
future. The wall paintings we are looking at became known as the murals of the balance.
I'm
And it
gonna
is
interrupt
through these images
Braden and
that
Justin.
I will recount our common history to you, April Ryan.
I can't use my computer
The story
because
begins and
technology.
ends here with this mural. Ages ago
Voice.
and in ages to come, the Earth was one. And magic
Hey,
and science
hi,
existed
weirdos.
side
Hey,
by
how you
side
doing?
in
Shooting
nature
people.
And in all people.
Hi, people in the head.
There was
What's up with you?
And
I'm
there was harmony.
playing this adventure game, and the current
You're saying
cutscene
there
is
was
15
just
minutes
one
long.
world, then?
One
Wow.
world, one Earth. Magic and science
Didn't realize
in
Xenosaga
balance
was
with
an
each other.
adventure game.
Within
Yeah.
each and every living creature. The power to make the stars
They're talking about
dance
how
and to create
magic
life
is bleeding
itself
into the world of
within our
technology, and everything's fucked and
But then,
chaos. Bad.
Humankind began to exploit this divine
Yeah,
power
that's
too,
pretty bad.
and they saw fit to
So,
use it
so
for
you're,
their
you're
own
in the world
selfish
of
purposes.
science and technology
The balance
with
of the
shooting people in the
cosmos was in
face
peril.
and testicles.
Yeah. Yes, shooting people,
Unless
namely the
something was
Nazis,
done,
in the face.
Unless man was
Oh, this
humbled
art is
and
amazing.
learned to fear the power he wrought over cosmos, the twilight of chaos would fall upon
That's
Earth.
Dreamfall.
It had
This
happened
is a
before.
15-minute cutscene.
Or,
Distant
no,
times and
Dreamfall
on
is
distant
the
worlds,
second one.
and it would happen again.
How is the
And
longest
every
journey?
man, woman, and child of every people and every race
soon be
would be
1 year.
devoured by the coming
This is minute, I
apocalypse.
think, 3. What is it, Jotsu?
We
this
were
is minute
given a
3,
visitation
4 of a
there.
15-minute
The
cutscene.
drag kin, having lived among us for
They're talking about how
generations,
magic and technology are
rose to
crossing
offer their
over,
guidance
bad
and
bullshit's
assistance in
happening,
preserving the
and that's
balance on
the
our
reason why
world.
people are seeing things. So I still got like 10 minutes of this priest dude just talking about how everything's fucked.
Let's see. Do we have any friends?
And I can't use my
The
computer
Drag?
to talk to you
I
guys
think I've heard that name
because
before.
this is one of those games that
Drag
only
king,
can be the only
dragon,
executable
dragons,
unless I want to control
whichever
alt
name
delete.
They go by, they remain
know,
the
old
eternal
school
servants
PC
and
games, right?
custodians of the balance. There were 4 of them here on Earth. And of the 4,
hey,
one
Braden,
who
have
would
you played
found the
any
Order
Unlimited
of the
Saga?
Balance, the Sentinel.
I mean, I played
The
some on
first
stream.
minstrel were instructed that
other
magic
than
and
the 2
science
weeks ago with
would have
Gino?
to be separated before the balance
No.
collapsed and brought untold disaster.
I do
Earth
love
would
that
have
it
to be
killed
split
Gino's
in two
PS2
equal
disk
parts.
drive.
Yeah,
no.
that was pretty cool.
Arcadia
Like,
and
straight
Stark.
up, I guess Gino's
Magic and
PS
science,
PlayStation 2 can no
chaos
longer read
and
PlayStation
order.
2 discs the second
The
he put in
first
Unlimited
Sentinel
Saga.
were counted 13.
Was it
6
just like,
scientists,
was
6
it something wrong with the
magicians,
disc,
and one
or
who
is
was
it
the
just
king.
like that PS2 was
He
on its
put
last
the disc
leg?
in his PS2, and his
mentor,
PS2 was
our
like,
custodian,
fuck,
our
this is
learned
how I
guide.
go. I guess I gotta go.
Both magic and science were needed to perform this most difficult of tasks.
It's
To
kind of
split
goddamn
the sun in
amazing.
2, to create 2 worlds from one.
Wasn't the use of
But
that
yeah-
kind of power dangerous to the
But yeah,
balance?
Unlimited Saga
Yes.
killed Gino's
And so
PS2.
for this purpose, they built a tower to
You have
channel
to
their
go
powers and
select
focus
it,
them
and I
on the
believe you
divide
can-
that they would create. The kin
Nope,
had
nope,
brought a
nope,
disc
nope,
with
nope,
them.
nope, nope,
A
Alright, I
disc
can tell you guys are
forged in
playing
the
a better
fire of their
game. I
world.
just wanted to interrupt you and say
Placed
only
at the
lamos
base of
play
the
shooty
tower
shoot
And
games.
the epicenter of the divide, the disc
I
and
love
the tower would become one.
Yeah, us cool kids are playing story
flow of
narrative
magic and
driven
science.
focused adventure games
At
from
appointed
the
hour,
early 2000s. That's what the
13
cool
came to
kids
the
do,
tower,
okay?
And with them a woman, whose destiny was
You ain't a real
decided by the
gamer until
purpose to
you've
which she had
beaten
been born.
Riven in 3 hours.
She would be the first guardian, the
Bye.
human protector
Bye.
of the balance,
Bye.
who would stay in the tower for 1,000 years to watch over the two worlds and to ensure that the flows of
We
magic
still got
and
8
science were
minutes
always equal.
left, if my timer is
And
correct.
so the ritual began. One world was to become two, separated by the balance, and each world visible to the other only by way of dreams. Who was ushered into which world was not an arbitrary choice, nor one taken lightly. For the magical creatures, the choice was simple. They had to go to Arcadia. Their kind would not survive in Stark. But for others, families were torn apart, lovers separated, and friends lost for all eternity. Encircled by the 12 and the One who would be Guardian, the disc at the base of the tower.
I like how this
began to spin
traumatic
faster
split
and
of the
faster
dimensions is just,
as
you know,
more
with
and
time
more
we all
power
forgot
flowed
about
through
it.
until it was a blur. Darkness enveloped the tower, but the disc glowed brighter and brighter. Reality turned, and in one moment, a new reality had been created and 2 new worlds born. In the tower there was silence. The original disc had disappeared, and in its place was a smaller counterpart, a similar yet different disc. Around and outside the tower the world looked different. They were now between Stark and Arcadia, between reality and dream. This was the realm of the balance and of the Guardian, and it would be her home for the next 1,000 years. The one who was kin picked up the disc and said, "This disc is a counterpart to the original disc, which has now become this realm, and the key to which has been split and divided in 4. The key is the disc, and the disc is this realm." This mystified the 12, and the one who was kin continued, "Know only this. The Guardian's realm cannot be broken unless the disc is broken. But nor can it be repaired without the disc being repaired. The 4 pieces, that is the key, will be given to the 6 of you who are to be taken to Arcadia for safekeeping. Yet the key will never be complete," he went on, "without the precious stones that adorn each piece. I will keep 1, and my fellow kin the 3 others. Should the day come when this realm must be repaired, or the world will unite,
exposition.
and that day will come,
Exposition,
and the king will come together one
exposition,
last time.
exposition,
With that, 6 of the 13 went to Arcadia, and 6 to Stark, and the one who would be Guardian ascended to the throne. Witness the mural, where her dreams and hopes, her very soul were locked away in the disc.
As a kid, I was like glued
In
to my
surface of the
fucking computer
balance,
screen,
these
and it's
traits
just
were
like, wow,
nothing
this
but
is
barriers.
storytelling.
Through new eyes, the imbalance between
It's not that it's
worlds was
bad
as clear
writing,
as
it's just
the stars
convoluted,
themselves
and then
to the
also,
Guardian. And with one
this
thought,
is the second or third time I've
she
heard this
channeled
exact
chaos
lecture.
from Arcadia and logic from Stark into the disc, and redistributed the power wherever it was needed. A new era had begun, the era of the Guardian. After they left the tower, 2 of the Drakkyn went to Stark, the other 2 to Arcadia. The 6 who came to each world started what is now known as the Sentinel, the Order of the Balance. But while in Arcadia the Sentinel thrived, in Stark they did not. In Stark, the memories of magic and the balance could not survive in the face of the new reality of natural laws, of logic, and of science. And soon, very soon, Arcadia became nothing more than legend, a myth, tales of fairies to recount to impressionable children, and stories to frighten and entertain around a fire. And while dreams still brought sights and sounds of Arcadia to those asleep in Stark, they were discounted as mere dreams and nothing more.
So when we dream,
that's
it's
it?
actually the
We
magical
forgot about our
realm.
past and about Arcadia, and that's the way things are. Then
Yeah,
what's wrong
this
with
this
that?
part has always bugged me. It's
And
like,
why
yeah, we
does
just
magic
forgot
from
about it and we
Arcadia seem
moved
to have
on.
begun leaking through to Stark?
That is another long story.
So the
But I
longest
can
journey
tell
is an
that you are
isekai?
tired of stories, and so I shall be brief. As I told you, while in Arcadia, the Sentinel grew in numbers and in strength. In Stark, while flourishing for a brief time, they were soon diminished and powerless. Some of the Stark Sentinel did not take kindly to this, and they berated the Arcadian Sentinel for their politics and teachings. The Stark Sentinel wanted people to work towards reunification, while their brothers did not. So the inevitable soon came to pass, and the Stark Sentinel parted ways with their Arcadian brothers, and named themselves the Vanguard. And while at first their philosophy was not so different from ours,
Are we in isekai? Yeah, I don't
over the
know.
years it changed radically. The Vanguard wanted the divide torn down, the worlds reunited, and the return to what they called the Glorious Ages, when humankind could control the forces of cosmos. But first they needed their own servant in charge of the balance, their own guardian. Now, every 1,000 years, a new guardian took the place of the old one, because no one can be separated from their souls for any longer than 1,000 years.
Is this basically
Every
just the plot of
1,000
Zero
years, a
no
new guardian was
Tsukama?
born. The balance provided the seed from which a new fruit grew. But now, it has been 200
Person from
years since the
technological
previous
modern
guardian,
world goes to
the
magical
12th
realm.
guardian, was to be replaced. Every new child born to the balance has been taken away by the Vanguard to be studied in an attempt to control them. In every instance so far, they have failed. But the 12th Guardian could wait no longer. Only a short time ago, the disk in the tower shattered, and the Guardian left his throne. The balance is now untended, and we have yet to find a new Guardian. Unless we do so, the Vanguard may get their chance. And they may be able to place their own puppet on the throne, to rule the balance according to their principles. And this we cannot allow.
Chaos.
It will mean the end of Stark and Arcadia, and the dawn of an era of chaos. Now do you see?
I
No,
understand the
absolutely not.
history. I can even accept it, but I don't understand why I'm here and what Cortez wants with me.
The balance is in peril, April. The Guardian has abandoned his tower. He has disappeared, and there is no one to take his place. He must be reinstated to protect the balance until a new Guardian may be found.
And what can I do? I'm nobody. I've just been having a lot of bad dreams.
You are a strong shifter. I have not seen your like in my lifetime.
A shifter?
Someone capable of opening doors between worlds. A shift. A portal between the realms of Stark and Arcadia.
Are you kidding? I didn't do anything. Cortez was the one who opened the shift, and he just waved his hands around in the air. I don't think I'd be capable of opening a portal even if I had a magic wand.
Only a shifter's own power can allow her to travel. No one else can do this for her. Cortez only channeled your power to aid you. He would not be able
Help.
to step through the shift himself.
Even if that's true, I don't have any control over my talent.
Not yet. But in time you will. How else do you intend to travel back to your world?
God, I hadn't even thought about that
Yes,
yet.
that's the one with the pink
Can you
girl,
help me?
pink hair girl.
I'm afraid not. Even if I could shift, I would not be able to channel through you like Cortez did.
So, I'm on my own?
If you have any questions, I will do my best to answer them. But aside from that, yes. Yes, you are.
That's so not cool.
No, it has been unseasonably warm. If you don't mind, I will return to my studies now. Thank you for listening to an old man and his long stories.
No, thank you. It's starting to make a little bit of sense now.
That is good news. Come see me again if you have any more questions.
Okay. Cool. Thank you so much for that 15-minute cutscene. Cool. It was super cool. Now we actually need to talk to him again. We gotta find out about Brian
Excuse me?
Westhouse.
Do you know a man named Brian Westhouse?
Westhouse? That old goat? Yes, unfortunately. What would you with him?
I need to find him.
I do not know where he lives. I hear somewhere on the outskirts of the city by the sea, but I cannot tell you any more than that.
Who'd know about Westhouse?
Gotta keep
His
asking about
whereabouts?
Westhouse until we don't
I
see
do
his
not
name in the
understand
dialogue
what
prompts.
you would with him. He is rude, uncultured, and ignorant.
Cortez told me to look him up.
Well, I do not know where he lives or frequents, but someone at the market may. He trades merchandise there, and I think he collects maps of the Northlands.
Who did you say I should see about Westhouse?
Actually, I think I heard the
merchant
sound
at the
effect
market may
of...
know. There is one thing I must tell you, however. Few would know Westhouse by his real name.
You got the next map mission.
In the city, he is known as the Rolling Man because of his strange two-wheeled vehicle. A most dreadful and dangerous contraption if I ever saw one.
A bicycle?
Perhaps. It has a grotesque appearance, much like the Westhouse himself.
What do you know about Cortez?
Your mentor? What has he told you about himself?
Not much. Nothing, in fact. He's a complete mystery to me.
To learn something about someone, the best way to go about it is to ask them yourself. There is nothing I can do to enlighten you.
This, as a kid,
But who is
I
he?
thought that this whole, oh man,
He
this game's
is who
super
he is,
deep.
what
It's
he
asking you to
is.
think about what
If he has not
knowledge you
told
can find
himself, then
inside
perhaps
of
he does
you.
not wish you to know.
But now, as an adult, it's like,
It would be improper
man,
for me
I
to divulge
fucking
his
hate
secrets.
this.
You're as bad as he is. No offense. It's just frustrating.
I understand. The next time you see him, tell him what you have told me. Maybe he will tell you the truth, maybe he will not. It is his choice to make.
Fine, I'll ask about
Do you mind if I
Arcadia.
ask you some questions about Arcadia?
I will try my best to answer any question you may have, April.
What's Marcuria like?
I have lived in this city all my life, and still it amazes me what a diverse, exciting, and wonderful place it is. Many have called Marcuria the jewel of the Northlands, and they are right. But it is a diamond in the rough. A city this size can never be flawless. There are always shadows, and people who hide in them. Lately, the shadows have grown and darkened, and I fear for the future. But Marcuria is still a wonderful place to live.
Ah, cool.
What are the Northlands?
The Northlands is a collective term for all the lands north of the Great Sea and south of the border mountains, including Reed, Tyran, and Khorasan. Before, however, the word Northlands was used to describe this entire continent,
Was that
including the
Coruscant?
territories north of the mountains and the icy wastes beyond that. Some still prefer the latter interpretation of the name. And to the people of the Southlands, Anyone hailing from north of the Great Sea is a Northlander regardless.
Oh, okay. What's
Tell me a little
sure
about Irene.
that? Tell me.
Ireed means both unification and assembly in High Tongue, and many still call Ireed the unified country, even though it is an age and a half since the lands of the north joined together in alliance. Ireed stretches from the plains of Nedra in the north to the Great Sea in the south, and from the territories of Tyrant in the west to the thick woodlands in the east. It is populated by humans and Dolmare, Tyrant and a number of other races. It is even said that a tribe of Venar have a ring of trees in Riverwood, though I'm not sure that is anything but a myth.
I don't want that one.
Thanks for
That
the
one's so
information.
long. I'm fine. Okay,
I'm
thank you
glad
for
I
the
could assist
information.
you.
Goodbye.
I'll see you later.
Oh, God.
You will? If you say so, then it must be true.
I've gotten older. I can't I can't take this anymore. Alright. I'm gonna go to the stalls to this. Let's go to the stalls. I actually remember how to do most of this. I don't even need. So we need the crow. I can't believe that I remember so much of this. Okay.
Maps, I got maps. Can I interest you in a map, miss? Top-notch, hand-drawn in quality ink by skilled sunwriters. Ain't no better in all the Northlands.
Yeah, they don't know this one.
Can you tell me where the Rolling Man lives?
Maybe, maybe not. Why?
Because I need to find him.
Sorry, guild rules. I'm not allowed to divulge any personal information about my customers. Maps!
I really need to know where the Rolling Man lives.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, can't do.
Please? Pretty please?
No, 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 young lady. Don't give me that doe-eyed look. Don't. Blasted be the balance. You're giving me that doe-eyed look, aren't you? I still can't tell you, though. I got maps.
Please tell me where the Rolling Man lives.
No, can't do, miss. I can't divulge personal information about my customers. You're late again, and you know what else? You're fired! Give me back the delivery list and get your sorry blue skin elsewhere! Hired hell. Bah! Never hire a Dolmari to do a human job.
What are you gonna do now, without a delivery boy?
Hire a new one, of course. Blasted be the balance. That means I'll have to pay the damn fee to the Guild of Merchants. Damnation!
Maybe I could help you out.
Okay.
You? How?
I'm quick, honest, and reliable, and I've got a lot of experience in the service industry.
Perhaps a female errand boy could work if the Guild of Merchants don't find out.
Oh,
tell
see,
them if you
sexism.
don't.
Mind the pay's not much, only a single errand per delivery, plus whatever tip the customer may see fit to give you.
I'll take the job, if you want me.
Agreed. Maybe you'll even bring in some new business. Here's the delivery list for today and your first map. It's for the captain of the White Dragon. Nebeve, I think his name is. You'll find him in the harbor. Oh, and remember to have the customer sign the delivery list. The Guild are sticklers for protocol. No signature, no money, no new jobs.
Bye now.
Maps. Fresh, detailed, life-saving maps.
Man.
What the hell kind of animal is that? The whole fountain's been carved in one piece from a granite-like material. Very impressive.
Okay. Let's go to the city gates.
This guy's selling lobsters, crabs, eels, and... What the hell is that purple thing? That is so...
Okay. This game was a looker.
It's a lighthouse, much like the ones we have at home, except this one, of course, burns a blue fire.
Back in the day, this was a looker. Some of these environmental backgrounds
there,
are really
matey.
good.
Pardon?
Isn't that how you sailors greet each other?
No.
What do you say then?
Usually, hello. And if it's sunny, nice day for it. We might even try a how are you today then, if we're feeling adventurous. But never, ever, ahoy.
This is valuable information.
Aye, matey, that it be.
Is this the White Dragon?
That's
Okay.
what the big white letters on the prow spell out. What do you think?
I'm looking for the captain. Is he around?
What would you with the captain of the White Dragon?
I have a delivery for him, a map from the map merchant at the temple market.
Aye. I be Captain Horatio Nebeve of the White Dragon, fastest vessel there ever was. Hand the map over, girl. With Jaw's blessing, the wind will return soon, and I can leave this accursed harbor for sunnier shores.
Gotta give him the map.
Thank you. There's an errand for your trouble.
Sign this, please.
What is it?
I need your signature to confirm that you've received the map.
Map? What map?
The one I just gave you.
Oh, that one. Sorry, I never put my signature on a piece of paper.
And here comes my least favorite part of this game, where the solution is click this item on this person, and because whoever wrote this game thought they were being smart, they're going to make you talk to this person for like a forced sequence.
Please sign it or I won't get paid.
I just gave you an errand. That should be enough to cover it, eh?
Forget the money. That's not why I need your signature. I need you to sign so that I can keep my job and hopefully find a way home.
Sorry, but it brings bad luck to give a piece of yourself in that manner. A signature has untold powers. It's part of your soul. I can't sign away my soul.
Who told you that signing a slip of paper is bad for your soul?
I'm from Gien, and we're a spiritual people. Our souls are in balance with our bodies, and the great Mojal has taught us not to endanger this balance. Signing my name, giving a piece of myself in that manner, breeds
I have to keep
corruption
talking to him
and
until he
imbalance
gives up.
within. And it pisses the Mojal off no end.
And that's why you choose to make my life difficult?
Hey, blame organized religion.
You can't write, can you?
Pardon?
That's what this is all about. You can't write.
So what? So what if I can't write? So what if I was born at sea and never spent more than a month ashore ever since? I still won't sign your accursed paper, by Jal.
Look, all you have to do is sign an X next to your name on the list.
You can't trick the great Mojal. The Mojal's untrickable.
That's not trickery. It's legally binding.
I said no.
Is there anything I can do to get you to sign?
No. Well, yes. But no.
Look, Captain, I'm desperate here. I really, really need some kind of signature.
Well, there's always music.
What's music got to do with you signing my list?
Nothing. But it distracts the Mojal.
What are you talking about? Why would you need to distract the Mojal?
Uh-huh.
I can't sign when there's a chance the Mojal is watching. Music distracts the Mojal. Ergo, I can sign.
But doesn't that mean the Mojal is always distracted? I mean, there's always music somewhere in the world.
The Mojal has an eye and an ear for every acolyte, and straying from the path can bring great wrath upon us.
Granted,
God.
I know very little of the Mojal.
Uh-huh.
But seriously, maybe you should look into alternative religions?
Blasphemy! Besides, I only have to visit the temple once every 2 years, and the membership fees are quite reasonable.
So, if I play some music, you'll sign?
Aye. I'll give you that much.
I'll be back.
I don't doubt it for a second.
Those guys must be part of the City Watch. They look a hell of a lot more intimidating than the Newport cops, despite the lack of an exoskeleton.
Okay, let's go find something. right. I went the wrong way. Ugh.
This guy's selling musical instruments. Most of these I don't even recognize. But he's got a drum in there and what looks like half a guitar and a couple of dried rabbit carcasses. Ugh.
Oh. All right, let's talk to this
What's your,
instrument merchant.
Most affordable instrument? That's cute. The flute, right? And how much for the flute? I'm guessing that's 1 Aaron? The walls look ancient.
God damn
Mercury
it.
must be at least as old as anything back in the real... in my world.
There we
I'll
go.
have the flute. That's 1 Aaron, isn't it?
Haha, get it? He's using sound effects to communicate. A flute!
As luck would have it, I actually know how to play a flute. Not very well, but I'm sure the, Mojal won't mind. This lady's selling fresh fish. I've never seen fish like this before. But if it's wet, he's selling a variety of fresh shellfish and other, delicacies.
Okay, let's go. Alright, so now we play...
It's the White Dragon, apparently the fastest vessel there ever was. Although I'm guessing that'll be kind of difficult to...
Okay.
Nice day for it.
Not really, no.
Why aren't you out at sea?
Do you see the sail on that barge over there?
Yes?
Is it flapping?
What?
Is it flapping? Is the sail flapping?
This guy is such an
in
asshole.
The wind?
No.
Oh, I
And
just
why
love
is
what
that,
happens to
then?
this guy.
Because it's not windy?
Exactly.
Well, can't you just use oars or something?
Oh, what an excellent idea. Now, why didn't we think of that? Of course. Oars! By Jaw's stunted left arm, that's it. Why have we been moored to the dock for a month with our merchandise dropping in value when we could have just rowed our way to Guienne?
Are you being sarcastic?
Sarcastic? Me? What in Jaw's name makes you think that?
How long's it been since the last wind?
Near a month. Ever since that accursed alchemist put some kind of spell on the wind. The Mojal be cursed if I know why. But it's a bloody catastrophe. I've sent some good people of mine up north to deal with him. But not one has returned. Now the Areed High Council speak of sending an entire army platoon to sort him out. But I'm afraid that just might piss him off.
Who's this alchemist who cast a spell on the wind?
I believe his name is Clax. Roper Clax. Lives in a bloody rock somewhere up north, beyond Riverwood.
Thanks for the chat.
Aye.
Please click. Come on.
I'm ready to play some music if you're ready to sign.
Aye, go on, but don't stop until I'm done signing, or the Mojal will surely wreak vengeance on us both. Done. Here you go. And don't ever ask me to sign anything ever again.
That sure is a scene.
I can pretty much guarantee you that.
All right. Let's go back to the city. Come on. Oh, wait, I could have just sped through that. Sure could have. Totally forgot. Let's go here.
Right. Your next assignment is a map of Shangagriel to the Rolling Man. Hold on. Did you not ask me about him earlier today?
No, that wasn't me. That was somebody else.
I could have sworn. Well, no matter. Do you know how to get to the Rolling Man's house?
I forget.
Let me explain then. Now, pay attention because this is complicated. He has chosen to live in the most inaccessible place in the city, but I guess he has his reasons.
You don't say.
First, you head west off the marketplace on Oak until you get to a tiny little apothecary, Mrs. Cassop's Herbs and Oils, where you turn north on South Street. Confusing that, for about 4 minutes of brisk walking. That's when you see a large grove of trees. It's a memorial to those who died in the last war with the tyrant back the balance.
This is one of the best gags in the entire game.
Choose to remind us of that, where you'll turn left.
That's west?
No, left. That'll take you back south, but onto North Street instead. And that keeps you out of the Dalmari neighborhood. Down that way, nasty, nasty neighborhoods. Keep walking south for about, or was that north? Wait, north on South Street, south on North Street, or the other way around. Anyway, find the Rose Bridge off Iread Avenue and cross it.
There's a river?
No, just a bridge. The river disappeared 500 years ago. No one knows what happened to it. After you've crossed the bridge, you'll be on the western slopes of Marcuria.
And that's where West House... I mean, the Rolling Man lives.
No, far from it, but you need to pass through that part of Marcuria to get to the Rolling Man. Keep south and watch out for the livestock. They're likely to attack in that part of town. Eventually you'll get to a large circular square. That's where they used to hold executions back when the city was civilized.
You call murder civilized?
Better than locking people up for years, as any level-headed person would tell you. Our freedom cannot be curtailed. Real men choose the honor of death to the shame of incarceration.
Yeah, sure you do.
Circle around the square and head down Tandak for half a mile. Or should that be Parrot Lane? Yes, Parrot Lane. Head west on Parrot Lane for half a mile. Then turn right at the Maiden's Honor Tavern.
This is another forced dialogue cutscene sequence.
Parrot Lane has a few twists and turns. Anyway, you should now be able to see the Ivory Tower.
At least with this one, it's kind of funny.
No, only about 5 feet tall, but it's ivory, straight from the coast of the Southlands, bravely cut from the drooling jaws of the gruesome Kandar.
Big creature, 4 legs, large ears, long snout, sort of grayish in color?
Yes, the horror of the Southlands. Many a brave hunter has fallen victim to its ravaging hunger.
Good grief. Okay, then what?
Pass by the tower to the edge of the cliff and look down. The rolling man has built his home on the cliffside. It's a wonder he's not been washed away by the storms.
I hope I got all that. Basically, go west until I hit the edge, right?
Yes, that would be correct.
Just wait. The payoff. We're here for the payoff. After you listen to him talk, it just appears on the fast travel system. That's the payoff. You don't actually need to do any of the stuff that he says. It just appears on your fast travel map. That's the joke.
Hello, Mr. Westhouse?
Damn, Mason, what is it now? Oh, guess you're not calling on behalf of that son of a bitch Sanyef, are you?
Sorry, I don't know who...
No, that's very unlikely. From what I hear, he doesn't much enjoy the company of women. Well, who in damnation are you?
April Ryan, sir.
Ryan? Doesn't sound very Northlandian. Are you by any chance from the coast of... Hold on. Ryan? April Ryan? I'll be damned. You're from Stark.
Apparently. Until today, I thought I was just from Earth. I had no idea there were 2 of them.
Takes you by surprise, doesn't it? Well, goddamn. Sit down, Miss Ryan. Let me get you a drink.
Hey, alcoholics,
The
they're
liquor
so
over here
funny.
Stinks to high heaven. Magic pollutes the purity of the spirit, but I keep a bottle of Glenfiddich for special occasions.
Thanks for the offer, sir, but I didn't come here to have a drink.
Really? I see. This isn't a social call.
No, sorry.
Oh, no matter. It's still a pleasant surprise to meet someone from home. Now, what may I do for you?
I have a delivery for you.
A delivery? When did the U.S. Postal Service start delivering mail to Arcadia?
It's from the map merchant at the market. It's just a map.
Oh, good. I've been waiting, Faye. Hold your horses. What are you doing working for the Guild? Are you planning on staying in Marcuria? I'd strongly advise against it, Miss Ryan. Arcadia may look like a pastoral fairy tale realm, but it's not. You bleed as easily here as you do in Stark, and magic can do more damage than a gun.
I'm not planning on staying, but I had to find you. The map merchant was the only one who knew where you lived, and he wouldn't tell me. So I got him to hire me, and you were the second delivery on my list.
Gods. Carrick and his misguided loyalty. I'll have a word with the man. Thanks for the map, though. I collect them. There's not much else to do in this godforsaken city.
Cortez told me to look you up.
He did he? I see. Who's Cortez?
You don't know him?
I think not. I'd certainly remember. Did you say Cortez? You wouldn't be talking about old Manny Chavez, would you? Well, he ought to be dead by now, but then, by all rights, so should I.
I don't know his first name, but he calls himself Cortez.
Tall fella, mysterious and elusive, rarely answers a question with a simple yes or no.
Yes, that guy.
Smokes like a chimney?
Aside from that bit about smoking like a chimney, it sounds exactly like Cortez.
Manny. I'll be damned. That old crook is still around. Well, how the devil is he?
He's good. Where do you know him from?
Oh, my old life back in Stark. We had some exciting adventures, him and I. Actually, he's part of the reason I ended up here. I last saw him in the winter of 1934.
But that's almost 300 years ago.
Yeah. Funny, isn't it? And I'm sure he doesn't look a day older than he did back then. The handsome devil.
Well, if I'm going to accept magic in parallel worlds, I might as well accept people living 300 years.
Oh, no, you misunderstand. I'm only 46. I arrived here about 15 years ago, but I left Stark in 1934. Between the worlds, where you dream time has little meaning, I was trapped, you see, for quite a while.
For 300 years?
Time went by pretty fast. It didn't seem so bad at the time, but now that you mention it, 300 years, quite disconcerting, really. Quite disconcerting.
How did you end up here in Marcuria?
That's quite a story. I won't bore you with the details, but suffice it to say, I was always somewhat of an adventurer. The promise of virgin territory untouched by civilization held great sway with me in my youth, as did the
Oh,
idea
baby,
of a
touch that
highly
virgin
spiritual
territory.
state of mind, the occult, magic, karma. I was born in 1902 in Boston. By the time I was 17, I'd put that life behind me. I spent the next 3 years at sea, and then I wandered around Europe for a time. In the early 30s, the 1930s, of course, I found myself in India working as a journalist. That's where I met Manny, and that's where I first heard of Arcadia. I was amazed and quite skeptical at first, but the thought of a whole new world to see and magic... I was a fool, of course, but who knew where my curiosity would bring me?
So what happened in India?
I want to keep reading this story. I forgot
I've
why he
tried
got
to forget
stuck,
about
so
it,
I'm
to be
just gonna
honest.
run through this.
If I could go back and convince myself not to... but I still wouldn't have listened, of course. The unknown attracts. I ended up in Tibet in the winter of 34, wading through snow up to my chest, thinking for sure that this was it, and I was going to die. Manny pulled me out of that one, thank God. I spent 3 months in a monastery before pushing on into the void. There's only one way for a non-shifter to pass through the divide, and it's not an easy road to take. Now, if you don't mind, I'd prefer not to talk about the past anymore. There's more than enough to worry about in the present.
Cortez said to look you up when I wanted to go back home, to Stark.
Now, why would he say that? I'm not a shifter, and I don't know any magic. I'm sorry, Miss Ryan, but you'd be better off asking the Sentinel priests for assistance.
Already did. They said I was on my own, that they couldn't help me.
Bloody typical. Those reactionary fools wouldn't extend a hand to help a drowning man if it violated the principles of their bloody balance. But I can't think why Manny would tell you to visit me in order to shift home. It just doesn't make sense.
I should get going.
Very well. You're welcome back at any time, Miss Ryan. Anytime.
Thank you, sir. I'll remember that.
He gets better in the second game, and then they completely forget about him in the third.
Sign this, please. It's just to confirm that I made the delivery.
Certainly. Hold on one second, Miss Ryan. I just remembered something. It's such a long time ago, I'd almost forgotten, but Manny did give me something that might be of interest.
Yes, the third one is the episodic Kickstarter game.
It's a pocket watch.
Dreamfall Chapters.
Manny gave it to
which,
me the last time
again,
I saw him. I never
not
quite
good.
understood why, but maybe you can tell me.
Did he say
Dreamfall
anything
Chapters
about it?
is not good.
He said that when his heart started beating again, he would know. It would be like a message in Morse code, a beacon. Damn watch never worked, and the winding mechanism is broken, so it's probably not worth much. You're welcome to it if it's any help.
Thanks. Cortez said something about Mr. Westhouse being the key to shifting back. Maybe there's something magical about the watch he gave me.
Okay, so we can't actually leave. So we need to use the... We can't actually leave the environment, so we need to use the push pin on
If I insert this pin carefully into the hole, like so, and then slowly wind it. It worked! It's ticking! I did it! It's a shift! I can go home!
By God, it's a shift. I haven't seen one for ages.
Why don't you come back with me, Mr. Westhouse? You could say hello to your old friend, Manny.
If I tried to step through that, Miss Ryan, I would suffer a most unpleasant experience. And I would be lost in the between forever. Besides, I built this house with my own two hands. I wouldn't want to leave it to these barbarians. And what does your Stark have to offer me? This world is more recognizable to me now. No, you go ahead, Miss Ryan. Go back. And don't let your curiosity of the unknown tempt you into making another shift.
Thanks for your help.
Say hello to Manny for me. Tell him I'm doing all right. And then I said, thanks.
Cortez.
The fucking...
Oh, God, it's real.
still here!
It's all true. I saw it. I saw the other world. Arcadia. Either I'm going crazy...
Oh, this is another required
everything.
dialogue sequence!
Let's hope for the latter, mi amiga? So I gather your trip was a success.
Success? My whole world has been turned topsy-turvy, so I don't think success is the right word.
Nothing about it makes sense. Fact is, I don't believe in magic.
The sun does not need you to believe in it to rise in the morning, señorita. You have seen the truth with your own 2 eyes.
How is that an appropriate metaphor?
It is up to you now.
You don't need to believe in the sun.
Well, do I have a choice? I have to believe at least some of it. My life wouldn't make much sense otherwise.
You are a true skeptic, April. Está bien. We need your kind to balance the hopeless romantics like myself.
What happens now?
The minstrel told you about the balance, about Stark and Arcadia.
A man named Tobias. He was called the Vestrum, I think. Vestrum Tobias.
So should I not buy it while it is on sale, is what you're saying. That game presents itself as a standalone experience. You need to at least play Dreamfall.
But he was smart and resourceful. So you know what is going on with the balance.
You need to
Rise
at least
told me
play
that the
Dreamfall, the longest journey,
That the Guardian was
to get
missing and that the balance
even
was
a
failing.
marginal
He
amount
said
of
this would
joy
bring
out of that
chaos
game.
into both worlds.
As we are already seeing, your dreams, your nightmares, they are part of these. You sense chaos more keenly than most, but even they are beginning to notice that things are not as they should be. Like last night.
What about last night?
What you saw, you were not alone this time. There were others, and they saw the same thing.
I'm
Not
gonna
nightmares
interrupt.
anymore.
I'm gonna interrupt
Real.
Braden and
The first
Justin.
sign of the damage chaos
Hey guys,
can do.
I'm in
The
my
divide is being
third
breached.
dialogue sequence that's gonna take anywhere
It is
between
not
10 to
yet
12
time for the
minutes.
worlds to be united. A breach could prove catastrophical.
The puzzle is I have to talk to this guy until
Are
I've
you really
I've
Cortez?
had him say everything about magic
Excuse me?
versus science.
People knew you over there in Arcadia. Tobias.
I can think of a
he
game
didn't
that's
know you
about
by the
magic
real
versus
name,
science.
but he did know
Oh,
you.
tell me more.
And Mr. Westhouse, he knew you too, as
Okay, it's
Chavez.
a very ambitious
But several
RPG,
hundred
but
years
it's
ago.
kind of a mess.
So my secrets are
Arcanum?
being revealed, are they?
And
I
it's
wouldn't
about
say
magic
that,
versus
because
science.
you're still a mystery to me.
And
Or so.
Good. You see, señorita,
Damn it.
mystery
It's called?
is important.
It's
To know
called,
everything,
Bloodstained.
to know the whole
Yeah,
truth
Bloodstained,
is dull.
Curse of the Moon.
There is no magic in that. Magic is not knowing. Magic is wondering about what and how and where.
I'd settle for the
Oh
truth.
God,
just to be
as a
able to
kid,
know
I
you.
really liked this writing, but as an adult, it's
honestly,
like this is the most yippy dippy hippie, like new age
scare me,
bullshit. Like, oh, the answer's inside of
And you are
you.
not the only one, mi
Think
amiga.
about
I'm
about
sorry, but
nature and your
whatever it is about
relationships.
me
It's
that
like,
mystifies
fuck.
It will have to stay a secret. There are things even you should not know.
What
Gee,
game are you
that
talking about, Braden?
helped.
Science versus magic.
Perdóname. Perhaps later, when we are certain
Science
of what the
versus
future
magic.
holds, okay? I think I
What?
can promise you that, Señorita Ryan.
Science
later.
versus magic.
But for now,
Nazis
we
versus
must speak of more
democracy.
important matters.
Okay.
You helped me back, didn't
Sorry,
you?
To shift? See?
Here's a
The
trick. Okay, I
power
shot
is
a man in
yours,
the
yes.
testicles. I did it.
But
Yay, you
for now,
did
you need
it.
to
Good
focus your
job.
powers to call forth your dreams.
Are you getting a cutscene right now?
Dreams?
Yes. I found a side objective, and I'm sorry.
Yes.
I didn't know it would
To
interrupt
travel
you
from
doing
one
anything.
world to the next, you must pass
You guys
through a
enjoying
world of
shooting
guards.
Nazis in the face
It
and
is the only way.
testicles?
You are capable of opening a shift on your own, but you might not be able to.
I am fine with
What do you mean?
shooting. Playing this game as a stealth game
The
is maybe
power.
more boring
The
than
magic
playing
is
it as
within
a
you.
just
And when you sleep,
run around and shoot dudes
sometimes you
game.
Boy,
open
it
the
sure
portal
is.
without even being aware of it. But when you're awake, it's more
Because everything I've
difficult.
seen in this game up to this point
With
implies
practice,
that
you will do it.
They're playing
Really wants
Sniper
to be a
Elite
stealth
I don't
game.
think I
for
want
people
to do
watching my stream.
You must. The worlds depend
playing
on it.
Sniper Elite 4
So
because
what do I
Sniper
do?
Elite 5 is
We
all
must
money
work together, April.
hip.
I
Yeah, I
cannot
mean it's
do it
on Game
alone.
Pass, so it doesn't
neither
cost
can you.
money.
Yeah.
What exactly is it that we have to do?
I shot that man in the grenade and
Four things.
it blew up.
We must find the
You
lost
shot him in
guardians.
the
We
grenade.
must
That
locate
sounds
the
that sounds like a
people
lot
to
of
his realm
fun.
and the disc that
Hey,
is the
Braden,
key
should I
to his
play
tower.
Mystery of the
And we
Druids?
must do what we can to curtail
Yes.
and defeat the Vanguard.
How strong is that? Yes.
Yes.
Oh, God, Jesus. I have to tell him. I have to ask him like 5 different things, and each one is going to take forever.
How are we going to find the Guardian?
Are you saying this game?
The
Are
moment
you
he
saying
surrendered
you
his
think the
throne
longest
and left
journey is
his
too
realm,
talky?
he
Yes.
stepped back into our world. This world, Stark. This is where he was born. And so this is where he must return to.
It's more, the problem is this is the third time I'm
This
hearing
city has
all of this
power,
information, and the
Not
fact that the
magic,
game structure
but the
is,
opposite of
yo,
magic.
you have to listen to this no
And it
matter
draws
what,
people
just
to
deal
it
with
like
it.
flies to an open fire.
I can't.
I fell
All
off.
the pieces of the puzzle come together here.
I'll
You,
tell my.
me, the
I did the exact
Vanguard,
same thing you
the
just
Guardian.
did. Yeah.
I can guarantee you
Oops.
that he's here.
I sure hope his
But
checkpoint
where
is sometime
exactly, I do
recently.
not know. I think
No,
maybe
you
the
should
Vanguard
not
do.
buy Dreamfall chapters.
they
The
may
game,
have him.
play Dreamfall, The Longest Journey
If they
first,
have him,
and go with
how
God.
Are we going
Go
to
with
get
God.
him back? And why do they need him? Why do we need him?
That was a
He
chat
left his
comment.
realm, but he's the last Guardian. And only he can open the doorway back to his realm to let his successor through. The Vanguard knows this. But what they don't know, yet, is how to get there.
Who'd know about the gateway to the Guardian's realm?
That
The
I do
puzzle
not
here
know.
is literally talk
That
to him
knowledge
until
wouldn't
there's
be here
nothing
in
left
Stark.
on his
He
dialogue
must go to
tree.
Arcadia, study the books, talk with the minstrel, and
Okay.
Where's the key to the
Oops,
Guardian's
I
realm?
hit the exit button, escape button,
In
and that
Arcadia.
skipped the dialogue.
The
I
key
can
contains
skip
two
through
parts.
this. I don't
One is
need
the
to.
disc
I don't,
itself,
I don't need to.
the other is the 4 jewels. The eyes
I mean,
of
if you
the
want the full
dragons.
experience of the game,
That gives the
you
disc the
gotta
properties of
watch
the
everything.
balance and
You
makes
gotta
it
soak it
complete.
all in.
Where is the disc?
The disc was left in the care of the Sentinel 10,000 years ago. In the beginning, it was kept in the open, displayed for all to see. But not anymore.
I gotta get a
Not
disc.
since thieves
I
tried
gotta
to
get a
make away with
disc.
it.
The bad guys, the
They
evil
will know where it
corporation
is.
took the disc
Ask
of
Tobias,
magic,
best
and
from
they're gonna use it
Tobias.
for no good. I gotta stop the evildoers.
Where are the 4 jewels?
I need the 4 jewels to combine into
the
the
eyes of the
Triforce of
dragons.
elemental
They are
powers and
kept by the
stop
4
the
dragons
evilness
themselves.
from the
2
evil
in Arcadia
corporation.
and 2 in Stark. The White Dragon has 1.
The evil corporation
does
in
the
the
old
second
one.
game is literally a
These
Japanese
you must find
Zaibatsu,
yourself.
and it's
I'll help you with the others.
man, it's bad.
How do we defeat the Vanguard?
The Vanguard are strong here and growing stronger. Even in Arcadia, they are gaining a foothold. And with the tyrant on a leash, the future looks quite bleak.
How do you know so much about what's going on in Arcadia?
Voices whisper in my ear, señorita. Voices
I am
that
all the way
trust.
over here exploring. I'm not sure
You're
what you're
saying the
doing.
Vanguard
I'm
are
shooting a
strong
bunch of shenanigans. It
How
sounds
come I
like
haven't
you're
heard about
waging
them?
war, and I'm just kind
They
of
don't go by that name
wandering
here.
around.
Did you ever hear of the Church of Voltec?
Sure.
I like that we
They're-
can split up this much, and the game doesn't seem to have an
That's the
issue.
Vanguard.
Oh, God.
Then they're big. Very big. But why do they... Why assume a different name here?
In Arcadia, they
Help.
flaunt their philosophy. They
Help.
preach the destruction of the balance
Help.
There's no help
under the
for you.
pretense of
Help.
returning humankind to the glories
Help.
of the past.
Help. Help.
Here, they cannot
Guy,
do
I,
that.
I think I found
So
my
they have
faith in
integrated
Jesus Christ, our
themselves
Lord and
slowly but
Savior,
surely into society
suddenly.
under the subterfuge of the New
So,
Age religion.
I mean,
And they've built a
Braden,
financial
you're next to
empire
some people
match
who could
governments.
probably throw a Bible in my head and then
Have
some of
that
it
much money?
The Vanguard own
distill
multinational
inside.
companies.
I'm
They
willing
own
to open my
planets,
soul to
April.
Jesus.
They own armies.
Tell
Okay.
tell the
All they
appropriate
need is
authorities.
balance,
Some nice young
and
men,
they will own everything.
Uh,
The twin
wearing
worlds
suits
will
and
be at their
ties who
mercy.
can tell you about our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ.
So we basically
Um,
don't stand a chance, do we?
Or I can
against
tell
an
you
enemy
about
like that.
the exciting world of
If we
shooting
hold at bay
Nazis
the
in the
forces
head.
of chaos, and if
How's
we
the-
ensure the
okay.
natural continuation of the Guardian's role within
Can
the
you
balance,
shoot him in the testicles?
then they will have lost.
Yes.
How are we supposed to fight this chaos
You
you
can
keep
shoot
talking
Nazis in
about?
the head, you can shoot
I have
them
to
in the
fight
testicles.
chaos
The key,
using
April.
adventure game.
You have the power to shift, yes, but there's more to you than that. You are a child of the balance, and you that will have to wait. By just being alive, you counter
How long is
chaos.
Mystery of the Druid?
Without you, last night
How long is Mystery
might
of the
have
Druid?
turned out much worse. That
How long
tiny
have I been
breach
streaming?
might have been
Or
permanent.
how long is Mystery of the Druid?
I didn't do anything.
How long is Mystery of the Druids? The answer to that is too
Imagine
long.
the power you wield when you really do
You could just
something.
watch the Mandalore Gaming
Trust me on
review
this,
and-
amiga.
Yeah,
It's
all the
instinctive to you to fight chaos.
It's-
You
that
see
is
it so
also
clearly.
true.
10 to
You will
12
know what
hours.
to do.
No fucking thanks.
You are most needed in Arcadia, where chaos is a part of reality. The tidal wave will hit there first, and unless it's subdued before it hits Stark full force, we'll never stand a chance.
I was actually shooting at the M1.
The Bible is fairly
Travel
large
to
from what I
Arcadia.
remember. I would not suggest getting one
After
thrown
we
at
are
your
done
head.
here.
Yeah, maybe.
Okay.
It
So that's
depends.
it?
If it's one of those little
Kick
orange
some Vanguard
Bibles.
ass, find the Guardian, locate
Wait,
the entrance
okay, I
to
need
his
to ask
ground,
a question.
and a 10,000-year-old
At
disc and
y'all's,
4 dragon
when y'all
eye
were in
jewels.
school, did anybody ever come give out those little
I
orange
know,
Bibles?
April. Make sure you do
I have
battle
a
with the
funny
peaceful
story.
manifestations of
When
chaos
I
along
signed
the
a
way.
lease
Because,
to an
hey,
apartment,
that's your
it was
destiny.
owned by a company, but it was a
It's
local company.
impossible, Cortez.
And when
I
me and my
can't do these
roommate
things.
went
I'm
into that
18. I'm an artist. No, not even that.
there was
I'm
a
nobody.
there was a fruit
You can't
basket,
place all these
and on the other
responsibilities
side
on
of the
my
fruit
shoulders.
basket was
I
a holy
can't carry
Bible,
that much.
and there was a handwritten note by
I will
the.
help you,
This is a
April. Others
company-run
too. You're
thing,
not
like
alone.
it's like a corporate thing.
Well, I
And there's a
feel very
handwritten
alone,
note
and
from
I
the
can't
manager
even tell
saying,
anybody about
"I think
this.
that you'll find
Yeah,
some
hi.
enlightenment,
How are ya?
enlightenment
I'm the
in this
chosen one.
book
Can you help
that
me
I
save
think
the
is
world
one of
from
the
evil and
greatest books
chaos?
ever written," and it was a holy Bible.
There is no chosen one, April.
Okay.
There are only those who would and
I
those
just
who
remember
wouldn't.
throwing those orange
You
Bibles
have a
to each other
choice
on the
between the
bus.
two.
They were not
said I
heavy
had
enough to hurt
powers.
anybody.
That I wasn't like everybody else.
This guy has been talking for 12
But you
minutes.
still have a choice. Prophecies can never unravel the will of a single human. You are one of many
Alright, yeah,
possible
well, you're
paths,
investigating
but
graveyard.
unfortunately, most of the
Oh,
alternative
we have to go
paths
back to the
have been
sniper's
blocked
body to finish
by
that side
circumstances
quest.
beyond our control.
Oh.
The world does depend on you, but you have not been chosen.
I ate leftover
You
pizza.
choose for yourself what
had
you
an
are
all-fruit smoothie.
and what you will be.
So that evens out. I did a healthy.
Yeah, you sure did.
Then the choice
Good
will
job,
have to be
Junior.
yes, let's save the world. Where do we start?
You going over there to get the
Here,
other side quest thing?
Newport.
Yeah, I'm gonna get the side quest thing,
We
and
must
then we can
find out
storm the
about the
castle.
Vanguard. Their
Hey
headquarters
boys,
are
have
in
fun
the city.
storming the castle.
But where? Do they have the Guardian
No, that
under
was
lock and
that was
key?
Journeyman
What
Project
are the
2.
weaknesses? Once we've done that,
The
we
Journeyman
must travel
Project
to
2 make
Arcadia.
that fucking
I cannot
reference?
go there. and
We stormed the
besides,
castle, and then
I
it
have
was
things
the
to take
Monty
care of.
Python skit.
Right.
Okay.
Except
No, have
where
fun
the
storming the
hell do I go
castle.
to
That's
find out
a
about the
Princess
Vanguard?
Bride.
the library? The net?
We're supposed to be
Oh.
doing anything with this officer's
Valuable
corpse
information
because he's
is
got an
hard to
icon
find.
over his head. Oh, I tagged
Remember the
the
painting I showed you
corpse.
yesterday?
Oh,
Sure.
because I guess you can tag
The
corpses.
artist, a boy
Oh,
named
if you
Warren.
look at it, it will go
Oh,
away.
I told you
fuck,
about
that's
him, yes.
right, Warren.
Warren is
Ah,
involved in a lot of
so,
activities
content
that,
warning with the next part of this
aren't
game. We
exactly
need to
legal.
find someone who
He has
is African
connections.
American,
He can
and
point
he's
us
from
in
the
the right
hood,
direction.
and the way that they depict an inner city neighborhood
Where do I find it?
in a primarily African American
friend,
community
Father Raoul
is
at the Hope Street Cathedral.
content warning.
He's had some contact with the boy lately.
It is
Maybe not okay.
yeah,
Can't
it's
stop.
not okay. What they did
you
with
say
this
Hope
bit
Street?
that we're gonna do, it's not okay.
As in the most dangerous neighborhood.
The worst
in
part about
Newport?
Warren is he's like 8 years old,
it?
and they depict him as running a
don't
gang,
usually
and
follow
he's
the
going to
civic
threaten
affairs
to
of the
kill
city.
April Ryan with a
I
gun.
remember Hope Street
what?
when they first built it.
What?
A clean neighborhood.
And he lives in a project full of
That
graffiti.
Must have been a very long time ago.
Who made Dreamfall? Who made?
Norwegians.
Who
It's
made
it's
Lunch
Jeff's
Journey?
people.
You're a girl, no? A
So
self-respecting
they're probably
gentleman would never
Sega
harm a
perverts
girl.
like Jeff,
It's
talking
the
to us about how the
self-respecting gentleman
Saturn's
part
better
I'm
than the
concerned
Nintendo
about.
64.
Still, I can handle myself. Father
That's
Raoul,
that's
was
what
it?
that's what those
At the Hope Street Cathedral?
Norwegians, the Norways, the Norway
lead you in the
Okay,
landers.
right
okay, yeah,
direction.
that explains
Help you
it.
find Warren Hughes.
You have to remember that the Norse
you're done
also
tomorrow,
like.
We will meet up at the cathedral late in the afternoon. I need to speak with her.
I mean, you've seen their weird holiday mascots.
Yeah, I've seen those. They're
plan
also
then?
into death metal.
Enjoy
Just
yourself
all
tonight.
sorts of
That's
badness.
Sweden.
Who knows what the future
As the
may
resident
hold.
metalhead, that's Sweden. Norway's the black metal people. We did did it. We found the parts.
Yeah,
that need
yeah,
to
it's
do.
all bad. It's all bad. It's bad. It's bad. All right, the man stopped talking. I'm done with the 15-minute, my second 15-minute cutscene. I'm gonna say goodbye. Kill those Nazis. Bye-bye. Oh, I can play the game now. Oh, guys, I can play the game. The puzzle, the guide here literally says, talk to Cortez until you exhaust all conversation options. That's literally what I need to do. I was gonna say, well, oh man, why don't I play Chapter 4? No. Or I'm sorry, why don't we play Chapter 3? I'm looking at and reminding myself that Chapter 3's fucking long. This game is fucking long. Let's talk to Charlie. Hey, Charlie.
Pulling long hours today, Charlie?
Unfortunately, yeah. Are you staying for the show tonight?
What show?
You don't know who's playing?
I've had a few other things on my mind these past few days, Charlie. Sorry. Anybody good?
Anybody good? Are you kidding? Roy and Dale's playing. It's the first gig on their new tour. Sort of returning to their roots before they do the big venues.
Tonight? Great, that's perfect. Especially tonight. I need some serious unwinding.
Yeah? What's up?
I just had the weirdest experience of my life.
Weirder than what happened here last night?
Much weirder, trust me. I mean, what happened here could be explained. A hologram, rapture gas, mass suggestion.
That's stretching it a little, don't you think?
What, rather than the alternatives? That we're all either going crazy or that something's breaking through from another world? You don't think that's stretching it?
I don't know what I think, April. I just know that sometimes there are things lurking in the shadows that can't be explained by science. That the world holds more mysteries than we think.
Maybe.
So what's this thing you were gonna tell me about the weirdest experience of your life?
You wouldn't believe me anyway, Charlie.
Try me.
No, really, I can't. It's too much, too close. I don't know if I believe it myself.
Okay. You tell me about it later then, alright?
Maybe. Is Emma around?
Haven't seen her. She knows about the show, so she'll be here.
Thanks, Charlie.
No problem. Later.
Uh-huh.
So where have you been all day? You didn't show up at school, you weren't at work, and then Fiona tells me you're out looking for Cortez again, and on top of that, Zach brags about bagging a date with you. What's up with that?
Oh, shit! Zach! I totally forgot. He's gonna kill me. If I don't show up, that is.
You mean it's true? You have a date with that asshole? I told him he was full of shit.
I needed some information.
And you sell yourself to get it? April, you're insane. Well, you're just going to have to disappoint him.
I made a promise.
To that sleazebag? That's a promise made to be broken.
promise is a promise.
A promise
I
is a
have to go.
promise.
Commendable, but incredibly misguided. He's only after one thing, you know, and that's sex.
He can forget about that. I'll go, but I'm only staying an hour. I'll tell him I'm tired or sick.
Knowing Zach, he'll take that as an invitation to your bed. But I guess you've made up your mind. Go, have a good time. Good luck, you'll need it.
All right, it's chapter 3. I'm going to stop.
Oh, God. Headache. I didn't really have that much to drink, did I? No. But I did travel through a shift into a parallel universe, which would explain this weird compulsion to curl up into a fetal position and go back to sleep. Not that I'm particularly looking forward to it, but I guess I have to go find that Warren guy Cortez told me about down on Hope Street. And
Oh,
hey,
man.
that's not enough. I have to avoid bumping into Zach today. Last night's, date is not something any of us should be reminded of, and I'm not just talking about the incident with the groping and me kicking him in the groin. Doesn't he get that no means no? No.
All right, let's end it the way that we always end it. Let's read all of the diary articles. Okay, this is where we left off last time. Okay, so. All right, okay. In a few hundred years, when my great-grandchildren rummage through the attic and find this book, they're probably going to have a ball. I'm not even sure if I want to write about what happened last night, because chances are I will never forget, ever. And future generations will likely be better off not knowing. But I'm sure now that whatever's going on, it's not just in my head, it is in everybody's head. Last night was proof positive of that, which begs the question, the things I've seen, my dreams, what's real and what's not? I'm afraid the only person who might be able to answer that question is Cortez. How is that for irony? That, in order to prove to myself that I'm not going mad, I have to talk to the one person I'm sure is totally insane. What a great way to start the weekend. I made myself one solemn promise regarding this diary. On the day I first met him, I swore that Zach Lee would never, ever, ever be mentioned in this book. Ever. Whoops, well, promises are made to be broken, right? I just wish I didn't have to break this one. I mean, it's not because he's an asshole. He is, but that's not what bothers me. And it's not because he's constantly hitting on me either, or because he lives right across the hall, and every time I take a shower he just happens to wander into the bathroom, or because he's less mature than a spoiled 4-year-old, and with the vocabulary and imagination of a 14-year-old. No, the thing about Zach that bothers me the most is that he's so smug about himself. He thinks he's the bomb, so to speak. And no matter what I say to discourage him, he doesn't get it. Asking him for help goes against everything I believe in. But apparently, if I want to find Cortez anytime soon, I don't have a choice. This is so humiliating. According to Zach, I can find Cortez uptown, right off Metro Circle, at a movie theater called Mercury Theater. Even I know that's an Orson Welles reference. Ha ha ha. It makes sense because I remember him saying something about old movies yesterday morning. I'll have to catch the subway to get there. Oh, I can't wait. I so love Metro Circle. The prostitutes, the drug dealers, the decomposing garbage, the tourists. Oh yeah, sweet. Note to self, next time you promise to go on a date with Zach Lee, bring somebody along to put a bullet through your head. Like, duh. In Arcadia, is it still Saturday? Do they even have Saturdays here? And why am I not screaming and frothing and tearing my hair out when I obviously should be? When confronted with the impossible, isn't your mind supposed to just snap? Perhaps because I've had so many vivid dreams about... Okay, now, I don't even know if dreams is the right word anymore. Visions, perhaps, or even better, premonitions. That's it, keeping with the theme of this place, magic. Oh yeah, magic. Apparently I'm simply supposed to accept without question that magic does exist, which is impossible, but clearly not impossible enough because here there is magic, whatever here is. I've written more on the next page. Let's go to the next page. Still, in the face of all this strangeness, I feel normal for some weird, inexplicable reason, and even though I still to wrap my head around the concept, I accept this place. It feels comfortingly familiar in a distant, hazy way. And even though I want to go home, like right now, I'm not panicking, not at all, just a little bit. Oh, and I should write that name down before I forget it. Brian Westhouse. That's the last thing Cortez told me, to visit Brian Westhouse whenever I wanted to go home. Okay, God damn it. I've just been told the story of The Balance by Vestrum Tobias, and I figured I should try to write this down while I still remember bits and pieces of it. Talk about cryptic history. Tobias lost me somewhere around the 12 and the 1. Like, excuse me, what? But I think I got the gist of it. There are two worlds. One is Stark, the world of science, what I call Earth, and then there's Arcadia, the world of magic, what people here call Earth. Two Earths, then, which gets a little confusing, but not as half as confusing as what came after. A long, long time ago, there was just one Earth, and this Earth had both magic and science, but mankind has always had a habit of screwing things up. And this is what they did on the original Earth. They got too powerful, learned how to move stars, and be gods by combining the powers of magic and science. So an alien race called the Draken decided to interfere to prevent mankind from destroying their own world. One of the so-called kin founded this religious movement called the Sentinel, or the Fathers, who are self-appointed watchers over the balance between magic and science. The Sentinel were instrumental in dividing the Earth into two dimensions, Stark and Arcadia, science and magic. They also put a woman in charge of controlling and channeling the balance between two worlds, a guardian of the balance who lives in a tower in a sort of in-between realm, and who's replaced every 1,000 years by a new guardian. So then life goes on for like thousands of years until the Sentinels start squabbling internally, and the Sentinel priests and Stark decide to break with their Arcadian friends and found this new cult or whatever called the Vanguard. The Vanguard want the worlds reunited, and they plan to do this by controlling the Guardian himself or herself. This is what they've been doing for a few hundred years now, destroying potential Guardians by performing experiments on them or something. My hand is starting to cramp up. I'm amazed I even remember half of this. Anyways, the current Guardian couldn't stay any longer, and he left this tower in the middle of nowhere, and now the balance is in danger. Apparently, chaos can really do some serious damage to both Stark and Arcadia, which does remind me of my dream. I'm not sure that's the right word anymore. With the black chaos thingy, the vortex that attacked me, that's probably a sign of what's gonna happen if somebody doesn't do something to save the balance. And I'm guessing this coming... and I'm sensing this coming on. Because that's how it always goes in these things, that somebody is me. Because apparently I'm a strong shifter. Somebody has to find the Guardian, get him back in the tower to save the balance, and then do something about the Vanguard. Get them to see that they are screwing with things they shouldn't be screwing with. Hey, easy. I do that kind of stuff before breakfast. Okay. Right, so I get back, no easy task, believe you me, and Cortez proceeds to finally tell me everything, and we have a plan, which sounds good to me, but then I really don't have much experience with plans. I'm usually like, let's do whatever. But now we have a plan, with a capital P, even. Okay, so we, as in Cortez and myself, have to find this guardian guy, the key to his realm, an old stone disc with 4 jewels, and the way back into that place, because apparently nobody knows where it is, duh. And while all this is going on, I'm supposed to restore balance to chaos and do the laundry, probably. To think that 2 days ago, all I had to do to remember was whether a customer ordered a double decaf latte or a low-fat cappuccino. There's a lot to be said for simple ignorance. Anyways, tomorrow morning, I'm off to find whatever information I can on the Vanguard. Yay. Sundays are made for sleeping in. Sundays are made for walking around in baggy clothes, watching movies, nursing headaches, and hanging out with your friends at the cafe. Sundays are not made for going to the worst neighborhood in town to find a kid who might be able to give you the information necessary to infiltrate a powerful cult that plans to take over the known universe. That's what Mondays are for. Okay. So the world's in mortal danger, and the only thing standing in the way of total chaos is me. And this morning, I have to go to Hope Street to talk to this priest called Raoul at the cathedral, so he can tell me where I can find Warren Heights. Dear Diary, note to self, the next time anybody says the word destiny, run like hell. Okay. Hello, you're back. Hi, I'm done. I don't want to play anymore of this. Do you want to see a cool cutscene though? Let's show you a cool cutscene. I should remember to save? Probably. You went into the time vagina hole. You went into the time cloaca. Cool. I'm good. I'm good. I just remembered one of the puzzles that's coming up. We've got a weird bit where we need to infiltrate a police station, and it's not fun! Anyways, maybe I'll stream tomorrow. Maybe. No guarantees. Am I disappointed? Is this a rude awakening? No. I knew this was gonna be rough. Oh, Razer Cortex wants me to know your last gameplay reached 168 frames per second. Let me check the details of my FPS chart. The most useful fucking bullshit. This is useless. This is an old game where it can only max out at 30. Why are you... Is this a rude awakening? No, this is just I knew this. This is just something that I knew this was going to happen. I knew that this game was talky. I know. It's just this is not for me anymore. I'm not of the mindset of this like merger of magic and stuff, and it's like, oh guys, just listen to your soul to find the true answers of life. Like, I'm not that person anymore. I knew this was gonna happen. I just wish that we got to the part where there's a video game. I just wish there was a video game. Which we're gonna get. We're gonna get to the video game part of this. Chapter 3 is when we see the video game part of this. It's just we also have to deal with a lot of racism. I think that first bit in Arcadia is pretty good. The first bit in Arcadia is pretty good. Anyways, I will maybe catch you all tomorrow. Maybe not. You never know. Who knows? But I'll see you all whenever out there. Remember to join the Discord, the Deep Listens Discord. The link's on my profile. It's just $1. I mean, join next month so is that you don't get charged for $2. Oh, God. But anyways. Bye. Wait, is there anyone I need to raid? Anybody interesting to raid? Yep, no one's jumping out there. All right. Bye.